Good morning/evening, everyone. Have you ever met someone who left you questioning your own sanity? Someone who made you feel small, confused, and drained? Let's talk about them. The people who wear masks of charm but hide intentions darker than you can imagine. The truth is, not everyone you meet has a good heart. Some people are not just difficult, they are dangerous. And if you don't recognize the signs, you could find yourself caught in their web. One of the clearest signs that you are dealing with an evil person is their ability to manipulate without a trace of conscience. These individuals don't just bend the truth. They completely reshape reality to serve their own interests. And the worst part? They do it so subtly that at first you don't even realize it's happening. Manipulative people have a way of making everything about them. They play mind games, twisting situations so that they always come out on top. If they hurt you, they'll make you feel like it was your fault. If they lie, they'll convince you that you misheard. If they betray you, they'll find a way to make you apologize to them instead. They use guilt as a weapon. Have you ever expressed your feelings to someone only to have them turn it around and make you feel bad for even bringing it up? That's manipulation. They will pretend to be the victim, act as though your concerns are an attack, and shift the blame until you start questioning whether you were wrong to speak up in the first place. And then there's the way they twist kindness into obligation. If they do something for you, no matter how small, they expect something in return. Not because they genuinely care, but because they want to keep you indebted to them. They don't help out of generosity, they help to control. And if you don't repay their so-called kindness the way they want, they will guilt trip, criticize, or even punish you for it. True empathy means understanding another person's emotions, feeling their pain, and wanting to help without expecting anything in return. But an evil person sees empathy as a weakness to exploit. They will cry crocodile tears when they need sympathy, fake concern when they want your trust, and use emotional blackmail to keep you under their influence. A manipulative person will never love you for who you are. They will only love what they can get from you. And the moment you stop serving their needs, they will discard you without a second thought. So, how do you protect yourself? Pay attention to patterns, not promises. Trust actions, not words. And most importantly, never let anyone make you feel guilty for protecting your peace. Because real love and friendship are built on honesty, not control. This expansion adds depth and real-life scenarios to make the message more impactful. Let me know if you'd like further refinements. If there's one thing an evil person does effortlessly, it's lie. Not the small, occasional lies that many people tell to avoid hurting someone's feelings, but deep, intentional deception designed to manipulate and control. They don't just lie to protect themselves, they lie to control you. What makes their lies so dangerous is how convincing they are. They can look you straight in the eye, swear on everything they hold dear, and lie without a flicker of guilt. They are masters at fabricating stories, covering their tracks, and weaving fiction so seamlessly into reality that even you start to question what's true. But their deception doesn't stop at words. It's in their actions too. They pretend to be someone they're not, wearing masks to fit different situations. To some people, they're charming and kind. To others, they're cold and ruthless. Their entire persona is a performance, carefully crafted to manipulate the people around them. Have you ever caught someone in a lie only for them to deny it so convincingly that you start to wonder if you misunderstood? That's a classic tactic of an evil person. When confronted, they will gaslight you, make you doubt your own memories, twist the facts, and make you feel like you are the crazy one. Suddenly, instead of focusing on what they did wrong, you find yourself apologizing for ever questioning them. And here's the chilling part. They don't just lie to you, they lie about you. If they feel threatened, they will spread rumors, twist facts, and rewrite history to make themselves look innocent while turning others against you. You might wake up one day to realize that people you trusted now see you as the problem, all because of a web of lies spun behind your back. These people don't just deceive others, they live in deception. They believe their own lies, manipulate without remorse, and have no problem destroying someone's reputation if it benefits them. So how do you protect yourself? First, trust your instincts. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Second, pay attention to patterns. One lie can be a mistake, but a pattern of dishonesty is a red flag. And finally, never engage in their games. The more you try to prove the truth to a liar, the more they will twist the knife. Instead, step back, protect your energy, let their lies collapse under their own weight, because eventually they always do. Remember this, the truth doesn't need to be defended. It stands on its own. But a liar, they will always scramble to keep their illusions from falling apart. And when they do, when their mask finally slips, you'll be glad you saw them for who they truly are. This version adds depth, real-life examples, and psychological insight to make the message more powerful. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks. One of the most chilling signs that you're dealing with an evil person is their complete and utter lack of remorse. Most people, when they hurt someone, intentionally or not, feel some level of guilt. They apologize, they try to make amends, they reflect on their actions. But an evil person, they feel nothing. They can lie to your face, betray your trust, destroy your confidence, and walk away as if nothing ever happened. And if you expect an apology, don't hold your breath. If they ever do apologize, it's not because they feel bad, it's because they want something. Their apologies are calculated, empty, and often followed by the same toxic behavior. Have you ever confronted someone about how they hurt you only for them to shrug, smirk, or even blame you for their actions? That's because they don't see anything wrong with what they did. In their mind, they are never the problem. You are simply too weak, too sensitive, or too naive to handle them. This lack of remorse is what makes them so dangerous. When a person has no guilt, they have no limits. They can manipulate, steal, cheat, and even destroy someone's life without losing sleep. They justify their actions by convincing themselves that the other person deserved it, or worse, that it simply doesn't matter. And here's the part that makes them especially hard to deal with. They can fake emotions when needed. If they sense that showing regret will benefit them, they will put on an act. They might cry, promise to change, or play the victim to gain sympathy. But the moment they get what they want, the mask comes off and they go right back to their old ways. Think about how normal people handle guilt. If you accidentally say something hurtful to a friend, you probably replay the moment in your head, feel bad, and try to make things right. But an evil person, they don't replay anything. They move on without a second thought. Your pain means nothing to them because in their mind, they are the only person who matters. So how do you protect yourself? Recognize that you cannot teach remorse to someone who has none. No matter how much you explain, beg, or plead, they will never truly feel sorry. The best thing you can do is distance yourself. Stop waiting for an apology that will never come. Stop hoping they will change, because they won't. Instead, recognize them for who they are and walk away with your dignity intact. Because at the end of the day, someone who lacks remorse is someone who will never truly care about you, and you deserve better than that. This version adds depth, psychological insight, and real-life scenarios to make it more powerful. Let me know if you'd like any changes. One of the most disturbing and undeniable signs of an evil person is their enjoyment of other people's suffering. It's not just that they lack empathy, it's that they take pleasure in the pain of others. Whether it's emotional, mental, or even physical, they find satisfaction in watching people struggle, break down, or fail. At first, this trait can be hard to notice because they don't always make it obvious. They might not openly laugh at your pain, but pay close attention to their reactions. Do they smirk when something bad happens to you? Do they seem oddly calm or indifferent when you're struggling? Do they pretend to be supportive while secretly fueling the fire behind your back? Evil people don't just witness suffering, they create it. They enjoy manipulating others' emotions. These people will go out of their way to stir up chaos, pit people against each other, and provoke reactions just for fun. They know exactly what buttons to push, and they do it deliberately. They might spread rumors, drop subtle insults, or create unnecessary drama just to sit back and enjoy the damage they've caused. And if you ever call them out on their behavior, they'll either deny everything or act like you're the one being dramatic. They sabotage happiness. Have you ever noticed that some people can't stand to see others happy? If you achieve something great, instead of celebrating with you, they downplay it or make snide remarks. If you're in a good relationship, they try to plant seeds of doubt. If you're feeling confident, they find a way to make you insecure. Why? Because your happiness threatens them. It reminds them of what they lack. Instead of working on themselves, they would rather drag others down to their level. They live in a mindset of scarcity. If you're winning, they must be losing. And that's something they simply cannot tolerate. They find joy in others' failures. A normal person might feel a twinge of jealousy when they see someone succeeding, but an evil person, they revel in failure. They love to see others fail because it gives them a sense of superiority. They will never offer genuine support or encouragement, only fake concern and hidden satisfaction when things go wrong. They'll say things like, "Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping it would work out for you," while secretly smiling inside. "I knew that wasn't going to last. I guess some people just aren't lucky." Behind these words is one simple truth. They enjoy seeing you struggle. They exploit vulnerability. One of the darkest aspects of these people is how they prey on the weak. Whether it's a friend going through a rough time, a coworker who made a mistake, or even a child being bullied, they take pleasure in watching people suffer, and sometimes they actively make things worse, pushing someone deeper into their struggles instead of offering a helping hand. A good person sees someone crying and offers comfort. An evil person sees someone crying and leans in to whisper something that makes them feel even worse. It's that level of cruelty that sets them apart. So how do you protect yourself? First, understand that you cannot change them. Someone who enjoys hurting others will not stop just because you ask them to. Their behavior is deeply ingrained, and trying to reason with them will only give them more power over you. Second, set boundaries. If you notice someone constantly bringing negativity into your life, pull away. Limit your exposure to their toxicity. Remember, Happiness disturbs these people. So the best way to beat them is to thrive. And finally, don't let them make you cold. When you encounter cruelty, it's easy to become guarded, bitter, and vengeful. But the best revenge? Living well. Surround yourself with people who genuinely care, who celebrate your successes, and who support you through struggles. Not people who secretly enjoy watching you suffer. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing you can do to an evil person is refuse to let them steal your light. This version is designed to be powerful, engaging, and filled with real-life examples. Let me know if you'd like any changes.